Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kev with Kev-D Fitness. I apologize first off if my voice is sounding a little rough. It's first thing in the morning. But I want to take you through and show you what I'm doing now for some of my calf training. Um, I've made some pretty good progress on my calves over the past year, especially compared to where they were. My calves were a real weak point. And as a result, when I was bulking, I was training them 3 times a week. Now, since I started cutting, I'm doing some cardio in the morning. I'm only training them twice a week, and it's because I do completely separate calves and abs routines in the mornings. When you have a weak point, you have to put more effort into it. Just throwing in a couple sets of calf raises at the end of a workout wouldn't be enough for me, number one. And two, I wouldn't have the time in the evening, which is when I typically lift weights, to just throw in some calf raises. Here, as you can see, I'm doing just regular calf raises on my standing calf raise machine, guys. I always recommend doing standing calf raises to build up the calves, and not seated calf raises. Seated calf raises will hit your soleus, which is the bottom muscle closer to your ankle, and standing calf raises are going to hit your gastrocnemius, which are typically what people consider your calves more. So you want your knees straight, not bent, whenever you're doing calf raises to build size in your calves. And as you could see here, I zoomed in a little bit closer on my calves. I've got some pretty good definition going, some pretty decent size. I mean, my calves will never be huge. My legs are long and lanky down at the bottom, but I've made some really good progress, especially if you compare it to some of my past calf training videos. And I've gotten really strong too. Um, I'm, I'm doing my calf raises with 545 pounds, and I'm not bouncing on it. As you can see, I get a good peak contraction at the top. I get a good stretch at the bottom, hold it for a second or two, and then explode up. And by doing that stretch at the bottom and holding it, you really reduce the amount of work your Achilles tendon does and increase the amount of work on your calf muscles themselves. Now, in between doing my calf raises, I do some ab work. And I always like to do ab work with added resistance, just body weight exercises, or excuse me, just with no resistance and just using my own body weight. I can just do them forever, on and on and on, and it really becomes more of an endurance exercise. I'm not going to be building much muscle. So here, as you can see, I'm doing reverse crunches. I'm doing sets of 12. I do it 4 sets in this workout. And as you can see, I've got my legs loaded up on the bottom with the ankle weights, and this really adds a lot of resistance because you don't have to put too much weight down there on your feet to really add a lot of resistance when you're doing a calf exercise such as reverse crunches, because of the distance between um, the joint that's really moving. The joint is working up there, near there towards your hips. Really, you're flexing your spine. That's a big distance between the end of your ankles and your spine, so you get a lot of torque, and that's what you're really feeling there. And that's why if you had like a 5 pounds ankle weight on each side and you go to do that exercise, if you're used to doing it with body weight or with your weight of your legs alone, you're going to feel a real difference. Now here I'm going to do some more calf raises, but here's a variation on my calf raises. I stick my toes pointing out. What this does is works the innermost muscle of your gastrocnemius. As I hope you know, there's 2 heads to your gastrocnemius, an inner and outer. And if you look on my left calf, you can actually see the split up there at the top when I hit my peak contraction between the two. So pointing your toes out and really pushing off your big toes and your inner ball of your foot allows you to work that inner head of your gastrocnemius more. And that's just something that I wanted to bring out more. In the past, when I was bulking, I was doing with my toes in, which has the opposite effect and works the outer head more. So in between that exercise, then I work in and I do probably my favorite ab exercise of all, weighted crunches. Here, using my setup. Some people, if you're in the gym, you can do them standing. I've seen people do them standing. I've done it that way in the past when I've been in a gym, which hasn't been for years, but you can do them standing. I like to do them kneeling down like this, and I've got 95 pounds, I believe, on the sled plus the sled. And you want to be careful. You want to make sure that on the way down, you exhale out and inhale on the way up. That'll get you to activate your abs more. If you have a full belly of air, that helps support your core, so your abs do less work. Don't pull down on the rope attachment with your hands, guys. So weighted crunch is great ab exercise, guys. If you like the video, please click like and do subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.